What is up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of In the Cut, episode 12. I'm here with my boy
Alexander Michaelides.
and it's Ealef Cuts.
Yes, sir. Man, you killing the intros, bro.
Oh, we're getting better.
You're doing well,
We're
bro.
getting
You're
better.
doing well, bro. I know this guy's mad nervous before he does an intro, eh?
Just gotta compose myself, but we got there.
I like it, bro.
Yeah.
Compose yourself. You're stupid. How you feeling, bro?
Good, bro. Good. Another week, busy week done. Sunday afternoon. Yeah, feeling good, bro. How about you?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. I'm feeling. Yeah, man. I'm feeling.
Feeling.
Just
That's
here,
it.
bro.
It's the main thing.
Just here.
It's the main thing. Tell
Just
me,
here.
brother. What are we getting into today?
Man, I thought it was important today to kind of recap where we've been, but also talk about some personal things that we're going through. And I guess the theme I had for me was in my head was dealing with loss when things don't go your way. And when I say loss, I don't mean necessarily the loss of a person, but it could be the loss of a friendship, of a job, of income, of something. So I thought that was just a real fitting message and something that we can kind of speak about today a little bit.
Yes, sir.
What do you think?
Let's get to it. Yeah, I mean, I didn't know this topic coming into the ep.
Yeah, I know, bro.
Left it up to AJ, and yeah, let's get to it.
I just wanted to surprise you, bro. So, obviously we got to keep it real and keep it raw on the potty and let everyone know what's going on in our lives. So, on last Friday or maybe 2 Fridays ago, I found out that the job I'm at so for those of you that don't know, I still work part-time. Well, I do calm part-time, but I also have an office job, 9 to 5, all that kind of stuff. 3 days a week. So I've been doing that for the last, next month will be 2 years. And I found out that I will no longer be continuing there. So essentially I got let go. Crazy. Feels wild to say.
So what?
I feel like a bum.
On to the next, brother.
Yeah, bro. So pretty much I got, so how it works was my contract got extended twice. And then on my second extension, I said, I don't want to do it at a full-time capacity anymore because I don't have the resources to do everything else I want to do in my life. I want to do it part-time. And they go, yep, all right, cool. So they let me part-time. And then by law, you're allowed to be extended 2 times. And then on the third, they legally have to make you ongoing or let go of you. And for whatever reason, they didn't want to give me ongoing part-time. And now they said, get out of here. I said, cool.
How's it feel? New chapter.
Honestly,
Don't have to wake up, go to work.
Bro, not to be an office bot anymore. Different. But in the moment when I found out, I was cooling. I was smiling. I think I was happy. I think I was relieved because deep down, obviously, this isn't what I wanted to do, but it was very cushy in terms of I love the people I work with. Stuff it. I was able to finesse it.
Wing the whole job, yeah.
Man, not even just wing it, bro. But work from home. I'll be sending emails or I'm in Zoom calls for calm while I'm working. My lunch. Somehow I'm at the gym, at the shops,
Getting a haircut, something like that. Hey, it works.
Real, bro. Exactly. So the job was really cushy, allowed me to do what I wanted to do in my life, but deep down, I did have to do it and go to work. I'm like, bro, this isn't me. Did
it sort of teach you anything? Is there anything you can take from there?
Oh, bro, I took a tremendous amount of things. I took so it's a wealth management firm. So we just deal with ultra high net worth clients and manage their money and their investments. So from a business perspective, I learned a lot about business structure. I learned a lot about operations. I learned a lot about kind of financial markets and those kinds of things. But what I learned most was how to be a good leader, bro. And how to really care for a team, because our back office and our team, we were really disgruntled with how upper management was dealing with us and treating us. And that was a big thing for me to be like, okay, when I am in this position in charge of a lot of people, I don't want to do it I don't want to treat people how I'm being treated. And that was a really, really big thing for me. And it was so interesting because everyone kind of raved on about how good our culture was. Whereas in our team, we're like, man, the culture sucks. So it's crazy to just see the divide from top to bottom.
Very top down.
Yeah, bro. Very top down. And also, keeping it real, man, I felt so out of place. I felt really out of place being, I think, a young ethnic man from the northern suburbs. It was very different. It was different, man. The way people would kind of...
What were the differences?
I think the manner in which I was spoken to was different. I always felt, and I feel like I was treated like less than.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't realize it until I'm like, wow, this like classism is real.
Yeah.
I never thought it was a thing, man. But like, you know,
Because you're younger.
I was probably the youngest in my team. And also just like my demographic. And when I told people, because at the time I lived in Craigieville a lot of the time when I was at that job. And you tell like, you know, some people to feel like, oh, Craigieville, in the sticks. And it's like, my bad, bro. I can't afford no Turek like you feel me? Like, it's just a little bit different. I didn't realize it. And then also, yeah, man, I didn't come obviously from a wealthy background. I'm not saying that's a prerequisite, but a lot of the people from the firm is just like, they just had those connections if you pick up what I'm putting down, right?
Yeah,
so
definitely.
They got kind of born into money, so they were able to do all that kind of stuff. And when I wasn't, it was a little bit tricky. But yeah, man, I just felt really out of place. And the crazy thing is, like, yeah, no one really knew what I did outside of work.
Yeah.
So it was like,
as in no one at the wealth management firm knew about Calm.
Rarely, bro. Like, I kept it really under wraps for the first year and a half.
Why is that?
Because, bro, like, I don't know if they'd be supportive of it, and if I have to take a sick day to go to a school, you know, kind of hard to.
Yeah, they start thinking.
Yeah, man. Like my team, like my close friends and my team knew, but and then I kind of came out with it a little bit towards the end, and it was just like it was a little bit disappointing that no one really wanted to like show the support and whatnot, and yeah, bro. But it was a very interesting experience being a young man in corporate. So I was 19 when I got the job. 19, wow. Bro. I was still in my degree, like in my first year of my degree. Like,
how'd you get that? How did you get that job? Did you apply for it? Or do you know someone there?
Nah, man, I applied for it, went through interview process, and by the grace of God, I was able to land it. And yeah, man, it was a blessing. It was a blessing. Although it wasn't like my favorite, it was a blessing. But it's helped me really reaffirm what I want to do and where I want to go. But yeah, man, that was the first time in my life I've ever lost
a job.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, that's fair enough. It's fair enough.
It was my first time ever, and I feel like my ego was shot. Like, I didn't care that I lost it, to be real. Like, whatever, I'll work it out. Like, I always land on my feet. Like, obviously, like financially, it paid the bills. It did what it had to do. But yeah, man, the ego is shot. That I'm like, damn, they didn't think I was valuable enough.
So how has that sort of transition been? I mean, obviously, it hasn't been too long, but how have you been able to transition from going to work, being, having to attend to someone, more to, doing your own thing, working for yourself?
Yeah, man. So three in like 2.5 weeks, my last day officially. And this is like kind of been my thing lately, man. I'm just all in.
Yep.
I'm just all into everything else I got going in my life. And I think, this is happening for me, not to me. I'm going to say it again. This is happening for me, not to me. And when I told myself that, I'm like, yeah, it's a weight off my shoulders. And I see the light at the end of the tunnel will come. And it's like, all right, it's time to go all in, all into it. It's, no more like, oh, I can't do this because I have work. There's going to be no excuses now. I'm going to have to work out a schedule that puts what I want to do first.
It's interesting. Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's interesting you say that, because it's been quite a hot topic of conversation with my clients about going all in on something. In terms of, from leaving school or, maybe finishing or leaving a degree or doing whatever to go on something to pursue like a passion. Let's call it their passion.
Yeah, it's real.
What's some advice you can give them for that?
Trust yourself. Trust yourself 10 times out of 10. You need to, regardless if you're not, you need to act like you was confident about it. Like deep down in the back of my head, I have doubts. I'm like, all right, because I haven't found another job really. Like, I'm doing other kind of side stuff, but I don't have like a proper job that pays into my account. You feel me? But I'm confident that it's going to work out, and I'm confident in my ability and what I want to do, bro. Like, you need to ooze confidence and trust in yourself, whether you believe in God, whether it's the universe, whatever it may be, and step forward in that, bro. But it's not an easy thing, because every now and then, like, I'll go for dinner and I'm like, should I be paying for this? Like, I don't know if I got a job soon, bro. Like, for real. But then I'm like, it's cool. You got to just move.
It's all going to work out.
Always going to work out. You just got to move like you got it. And then it happens.
It's true. I mean, like, I can't remember. It was in a book. And they
Sky loves reading.
They spoke about, like, you got to sort of frame yourself as the person you want to be, So for your sake, for example, you are, that call it, let's say financially stable, you know, when you don't have the job, let's say you are that person. What does that person look like? What does that person do? So you want to be able to shape yourself in that manner. So I think that's definitely what you're doing, yeah?
100%, bro. Like,
you got to walk the way to, you know, walk the walk, talk the talk, do all of it.
bro, exactly right. Like, I'm acting like I'm not acting, I am fine.
Of course.
You know what I mean? And when I'm not, I still will be because I am. I don't know if that sounds like a freaking riddle. Like, it's not meant to be.
Of course.
But you know what I'm trying to put down?
Definitely.
Like, that's what people need to realize, bro. If you just act like you're something, once you do it long enough, you're not acting anymore.
Definitely.
And you're just that something. You know what I mean?
You gotta sort of believe it into existence, yeah? Definitely.
Took the words out of my mouth, bro.
Straight out.
Believe it into existence. And now I think it's very interesting because, like, you haven't really worked for someone, eh?
Oh, I have, bro.
Yeah, where?
Oh, bro, I had too many jobs, bro.
Really?
Yeah, man. Like, so, well, okay, you had like the KFC type of thing. Then like that was back when I was like 15. Next job was I worked in like a Greek restaurant, and then after that I worked Tommy Hilfiger. After that I worked where'd I work after that? Warehousing. I did a bit of roof plumbing. And now we're here. Yeah, everything.
Bro, I didn't know you had 5 jobs.
Yeah, everything, bro.
How long what was the shortest and the longest you last had at the job?
The shortest was Tommy Hilfiger. It was
Let me guess. 2.5 months.
Bro, like probably less, eh? It was a Christmas casual job, so it was like maybe a month and a bit.
Wow.
Yeah, that was crazy. It was just like it was a Christmas casual, yeah, but it was like they expected you to be there like 5 days a week, like 8 to 5. I'm like, bro, it's summer, you know. And I was like 18 or something, so you know, I went to go to the beach and this and that. But yeah, that was like that one job. I think. Well, that was sort of a loss. I think they sort of fired me from that one because, like, I probably probably faked the COVID test.
Fuck, bro.
Straight out. Nah, but that I think I just didn't rock up a couple times.
Yeah, fair.
And then the longest was like, I mean, KFC, but that was, you know, while I was in school, you know, one shift a week sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then aside from that, I did like probably a year and a half of like warehousing work. That was probably the chunk of it, like through uni and whatnot.
Wow, bro. I thought, there you go, bro. The more you know, I thought you were just slugging out cuts all day, every day from like, I knew you worked at KFC, but I didn't know to that extent. What was the thing you learned most about being in those jobs and working for someone? Because now it's different. You're your own boss. It's pretty gangster.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to sound like...
Nah, say it, bro.
The one thing I learned was probably, look, you sort of, you get given the hand that you're dealt, you know what I mean? You know, you got to sort of push through it, you know, whether it be working for someone, doing this or that. But at least for me, I feel like I much rather sort of, you know, be working for myself, being my own boss and that sort of thing. It's sort of working for someone else, having to attend to someone's orders and whatnot is just not it for me. So, like, I don't know.
No, you're right.
It just,
you think regardless, even if it's like a good manager, bad manager, it's like, nah, I don't. Is it because what they're saying is stupid? Or is it because like, yeah, why? Do you feel like you could do it better? Or is it the way they're saying it? Because there's a lot of things.
It's interesting. Yeah, I mean, like, it's probably you know, a good point about having like a good or bad manager or whatever. Like, I probably didn't have like that, you know, great manager sort of thing that I was like, oh, you know, this guy's cool. Sort of want to be there. So yeah, it was more just like rock up, do your job, go home sort of thing. So I feel like, yeah, you're probably right. If there was that good mentor, it would have been a lot more enjoyable and whatnot. But at the same time, I feel like, you know, as you sort of spoke about with your now sort of job that you're sort of leaving, that top down sort of thing, you know, I feel like at least for people to, you know, to thrive in their profession, you know, they want to be able to be on the same sort of wavelength as everyone else, you know, to be able to sort of, you know, have that, be on the same sort of perspective as them. So I feel like, yeah, that was the thing for me.
Do you think that top-down approach is a byproduct or a consequence of how the school system's set up? Because it's similar, bro.
Yeah,
I feel like kids that can't take authority in school from a teacher are the same ones that can't work a part-time or a casual job because they can't take authority from a
Yeah,
manager.
definitely. That's a really good point. I think it comes down to just discipline. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think that's spot on, to be honest.
Yeah, I just threw that out there because I know obviously we spoke about it
Mm.
six episodes ago.
Yeah.
And it just came to my mind, so I wasn't too sure.
Yeah, no,
But I thought maybe, bro, maybe that's the reason.
I
Right?
agree.
Because like you said, you just want everyone to be equal. Because like now I'm like, in some of my jobs, like I've been kind of like a manager or, bro, like I supervise reffing. Bro, kids are funny, bro.
Yeah.
Like I'm an old head now and stuff because they're so young and whatnot. So it's like, I don't go out there barking orders by any means, but it's just like, it's a level of respect. I respect you, respect me, but you just do what I say.
Yep.
Feel me?
Yep.
So
I agree.
it's interesting, and I feel like, yeah, bro, it's like when our generation becomes managers and leaders, it's gonna be pretty funny.
Definitely. I mean, yeah, I feel like a lot of as you said, a lot of the kids they can't take orders from people, like, and that's why a lot of them are dropping out or doing this, doing that. So yeah, I agree.
Moving forward with the kind of the job stuff and expanding on it a bit more, do you think besides the biggest thing you learned, was there a skill that you took from any job that applied to where you are now?
That apply to where I am now.
Yeah.
There were heaps of skills that I learned for sure.
But did you need them?
Like little things from sort of little bits and bobs from whatever. Like for the warehousing, I guess it was like straight out. It was pretty like basic stuff. Like you weren't doing anything crazy. Yeah, I think the main thing across the board is probably like the punctuality side of things.
Yeah,
that's probably the main thing across the board. I think the sort of jobs that I worked aside, like for example, the roof plumbing. Yeah, that was like obviously really sort of intricate and whatnot. So I learned like quite a bit of stuff from that, and I can take that. That's why I think trade like awesome, because you can take that sort of stuff and be able to do it in the real world and whatnot. But yeah, again, like with the warehousing, like Tommy Hilfiger, I was literally like opening a box, taking out the clothes and opening other boxes.
So it's not, do you feel like because they weren't as stimulating, that's why you didn't last as well?
Probably, yeah. I think like at least with this sort of job, to me, I guess it's probably sound pretty biased, but it ticks all the boxes. You get the customer relationships.
Yep.
You get at least a skill. You get to stimulate your mind with the sort of skill that you're doing. You're your own boss as well. So yeah, there are a lot of benefits as well, the flexibility, everything like that. So yeah, I think the main takeaway from those jobs that I did was probably the punctuality for sure.
That's valid.
The stock standard.
Yeah. And in saying that, how do you find a job that ticks all those boxes, bro? How do you know what are the boxes to tick for a young person? Obviously I feel like if you're a young person, just start working anywhere, wherever you can, and then seeing what you like, what you don't like about it. But that can be, a way to kind of shape out what you want to do in the future. You don't realize that working somewhere can lead to an idea spurred, or like realizing, I like this element of this, I like this element of that job. What's the job that can do both? You feel me?
Yeah, I agree. So it's a hard one. Like I totally think when you're young, just turned 15 or what is 14 in 9 months, just go get a job, just
straight out.
Learn the tricks of the trade, learn how to, make money, learn the value of money, and learn how to save it. But then, I feel like it's a tough one when it comes to, like, we've touched on these heaps in terms of finding your passion. Because that's obviously what the whole concept is.
But it's hard at
definitely.
15.
Yeah, definitely. I think the main thing is just to explore so many different options. I feel like if you got a couple of passions, let's say you're interested in a few different things, pick one and pick the other one, and then see where they can sort of intersect, and then sort of try and find the middle ground there. That's probably the most basic sort of technique that I can suggest. What do you reckon?
Fair, bro. Yeah, no, definitely. I feel like just being conscious of what you are. Like for me, I worked a lot of jobs, bro, as well.
Yeah.
I worked, I was reffing since I was 14. I worked at IGA. I worked at Nike, the company store. I was a disability support worker.
Everything.
Wealth management firm. I worked at Woolworths for a week. Straight up.
Tell me that one. Tell me that
story. Bro, yes, I worked
at
Woolies in Preston for a week,
Yeah, just up here.
Yes, bro. While I was working at IGA at the same time, I don't know. Anyway. And the manager was just different guy, bro.
Oh, really?
They were just on some different thing.
Yeah,
it was I just thought, I'm just like, this isn't... Bro, my first shift, I didn't know anyone just go here, do this, do that. I'm like, bro, I don't even know where the back is, bro.
Yeah.
They didn't tell me how long my shift was, nothing. I'm like, I'm just gonna go now. Like, am I done? Like, and I just dipped. But yeah, bro. But anyway, from all of those jobs, like the thing that stuck out to me, I loved the talking. Like at Nike, if you put me on the reg, GG, done. Love it. 8 hours all day. Put me in the back when no one's there, I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's elements of each job where you like, this is the, I also worked at JD.
As well.
Yeah, bro.
Fair enough, bro. Add that one in there.
Yeah, bro. While I can think of it. So like there's each elements of jobs that you really enjoy, but then just take it further. Like don't be afraid to ask for more responsibility or to like learn at a young age, like do rostering if you can, like all those little things that you can add to your resume. But yeah, despite all that, I feel like there's parts of every job that you like. It might just be kicking it with your friends and the social element of when you're in the back at K-Fizz freaking frying chicken. Okay, so what's a job I can work with my friends? Next step, you know what I mean?
Definitely.
So like don't just work a job to make the money, you know, after you've kind of worked a few, kind of just realize and flesh out what it is that you want out of it. You feel me?
The money will always come. Like we've touched on this. Like I feel like I know, like if you do, you know, if you tick those boxes in terms of, you know, enjoyment, satisfaction, fulfillment, all that sort of stuff, the money will come. Bro. Because you'll be better at it. You'll enjoy it more. You'll be better at it.
Yes, bro. And now it's even easier for young people to make money and work jobs. Oh, like some kids' first jobs are just like clipping and editing, and they make money off that. That's crazy to me that could be even a job. But that's the society we live in.
There's guys out there, you know, cutting their neighbors' lawns and doing this and doing that. It's, you know, and they're making good money from it, you know, like, and it's you know, work on a Sunday or Saturday on the weekend. They're out in the sun, whatever. It's like, if that's what they enjoy and they're doing it.
How many of your clients do you feel like don't like their job, or they tell you, bro, I hate my job, and why?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, a few have, you know, are in, you know, little predicaments and whatnot. But on a whole, like, I feel like the general consensus is that people actually enjoy what they're doing. You know, for the most part, I'd say. There are some sort of situations that stick out where they haven't enjoyed it, but then I think for the most part they enjoy it, which is quite refreshing, because I feel like they're, you know, people are, you know, becoming, what's the word? Let's say, like, let's call it disciplined. You know what I mean? Like they're able to sort of put themselves in that position and work from it. I don't know. That's what I reckon. What about you, bro? People you hang around, your guys, the kids at school. Basketball.
It's tricky, man. Like the youngins, I feel like they're at the age where they're not working yet, but they don't know. That's a bit. Oh, I don't know what I want to do. I don't want to work. Like it's just whatever. But from every job I've seen, everyone always enjoy it. They always say, I hate my job, but I love my friends.
Bro, I was literally just thinking that. Yeah.
Hate my job, but I love how I work. That's the first thing I said, bro. Like I hate my job, but I love who I work with. You know. So it's tough for people, bro, because how do you find that balance of friendship and work? And oftentimes the friends there make you stay at work, and it makes the job a lot easier. I feel like that's everywhere though.
Yeah, it's true.
It's everywhere.
Like so many times where like I've heard clients to say, oh, like, bro, I hate, you know, working at this job, that job, but like all my mates are there. So, you know, I might as well pick up the shift or whatever it is. And it works for them.
That's crazy that there's that much influence. And then some managers will like try and split people up on shift and like try and break up that camaraderie within a team, because whether they're talking this, that, but at the end of the day, if the job gets done, so be it. So be it. And then you add all this discipline and all these rules, and now you're so authoritative, and now the kids don't want to work, and you got no one to work your shift.
I gotta add in a little funny story.
Go ahead, tell me a funny.
So at one of the jobs I was at, there were like, I was with a couple of mates there, and pretty much we were doing our work, but we were talking. Manager was not having it, but like, bro, like we're doing our work. Anyway, so they separated us. They locked my mate in like a it was like a cage at like
bro,
the back of the joint to like do the job there.
Bro,
locked him in there.
No, they didn't, bro.
Crazy. I couldn't believe it. It's hilarious. I think about like a week after that we didn't go back.
They locked him in a cage.
Yeah.
Yeah, GG. That's different, bro.
I don't know why. Like, if the job's getting done, just let it happen. You know, that's why that whole sort of top-down management that we've spoken about, I don't think it works, definitely.
No, it does. You have to be equal, bro.
100%.
How do you feel like you would be if you owned a shop and had other barbers?
Oh, I think that'd be awesome. I'd love that. I feel like, especially with the barbering community, you know what I mean? I feel like it, establishes that sense of, that sense of community, that atmosphere of sort of, that welcomeness and whatnot. So I feel like by having other dudes in there, I think it'd be so cool to create like a little family, you know what I mean? Where we're all just brothers. I think it's cool. I think it's really cool.
How do you think you'd be able to walk the line of manager, owner, boss, but also just friend?
I feel like it's
hard, bro. It's hard.
I feel like it's quite similar to sort of, what I'm doing here with my clients, even though I'm not, their manager or anything like that, they're coming in for haircuts and, I've got to offer a service to them. But to me, they're just a friend as well. We've just got that barber-client relationship that, we talk about what we're doing on the weekend or this or that, anything like that. So I feel like in a barbershop scenario, it'd be quite similar. I mean, as long as I feel like there are, rules and regulations and guidelines for us all to follow, then I think that's it. Simple.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's probably harder than it sounds. But
this guy's just a mad chiller. Yeah, bro. All good. Just do your work. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably the hardest bit before that is finding the right people, though.
Yeah, okay. That's most important.
Definitely.
Because if you have the right people, then there's no issues.
Of course. And that's the hardest part.
That's going to be sick, bro.
Yeah, I feel like when it's cooking, it's cooking, yeah. But that's that sort of that main sort of thing for me when I think about opening a barbershop. I'm like, I'd love to do that. I just got to find the right people.
When do you think it's going to happen?
I don't know. It might not happen.
What?
It might not happen. It
will.
It might. Nah.
Okay. Okay. What's the right circumstances or timing for you to be like, yeah, this is it?
See, the reason I say it might not happen, it may happen, it may not happen. It's really 50-50 because these days, the interesting thing is like the whole industry is going in like circles, up, down, left, right, everywhere. It can go anywhere you want it to be, right? So like these days, you got the barbers who are, doing the shops. You got the barbers who are doing they're staying one like studios, private. Yeah. You got the barbers who are doing education. You got this, you got that. There's so many ways to do it. So that's why I say it may not happen. But I think it'd be great for it to happen too.
So do you want it to happen? No. This guy gave you spiel and then goes, but it'd be great if it happened. All right. Would you want it to happen?
Yes. Maybe, bro.
Yes,
like it's a hard question. It's a hard question. Like I'm trying to. That's the thing. I would love for it to happen. Okay, I would love for it to happen if there was the right community, as in like the right barbers and stuff like that. If that was, if I could make that happen, then yeah, I'd love for it to happen. Yeah, but it'd have to happen.
So, moral of the story, we don't know. We don't know if Ealef's ever going to open a shop, but
hey,
good.
Like, when you think about it, could be cool, yeah?
Probably dope.
Studio?
Yeah.
Podcast area?
Yeah.
Something else? Little calm area?
Yeah, bro, shop, like...
PlayStation?
Bro, all the games, like...
Pool table?
Bro, we just bought one. Chris crazy. But anyway, yeah, pool table. But also it's like... Bro, you can build that community, and then from now it's like you don't even need a cut, but you just coming through to kick it. Tutors, after school, that kind of stuff. Like if you want to make that community, bro, like it can be built, and it all stems from a cut. Because I feel like, yeah, man, just the environment of a shop is elite, and it's having people in all different, and then that's how you meet people, bro.
Just like it says on there, more than a cut,
bro. It is
always
more than a cut, man. Like. My first cut, my first cut at a proper barbershop, when like not a dead trim that like my mom took me to, but like not a just cuts in Epping, like a proper barbershop. Fortune took me. I was like 14, 15. Never got a fade before. Went into the shop. You see all the guys there, bro. It was like an hour away in Glen Waverley. And just being a little kid and just hearing them talk about like, oh, man, I just came back from college. I was playing here, rah, rah, rah. The dude in another chair's a fighter. It was like, this is dope. And I just sit there like,
cool environment.
Yeah, bro. Just hearing like all these older heads like talk about what they do. Anyway, got my first fade. Loved it. Was going to Glen Waverley religiously as a young kid. And then one of the barbers there turned into my boxing coach. And then someone else I knew there helped me with some strength and conditioning work. Like, you don't know who you gonna meet, bro, in that environment.
Definitely.
So
Barbershop's different.
Barbershop's different, so we can foster that, you know, especially being young people ourselves and being pioneers. Like, we could so foster that in a shop environment and have the right young people come in, bro. It could be an opportunity for you to expand on your mentor service and your teaching service, and that could be its own separate thing, bro. And you give young people an opportunity to learn how to cut, and now they bring, it's just different, bro. But
sure,
we went on a little tangent, but
something to cook though. Something to cook.
So yeah, we'll see what happens, guys. Stay tuned. But going back to what you said about, well, what I asked you about, kind of how you think you'd be able to manage friends and barbershop, and if you're a barbershop owner. But like, you know, bro, like with what we're doing with Calm, it's tricky, bro. It's tricky, man. Like,
definitely. How's that go with you? Like, obviously you got to find the right people because, you know, as you know, with what you guys are doing, you know, it's really tricky. You know, you got to be able to inspire and to influence in a positive manner. So how do you go about that, finding the right people to get on board? Because that's tough, bro.
Yeah, no, this is blessed, bro. Oh, that's good segue, bro. Great segue, just so you know. So obviously it's tricky because like the people who I started with, Mike and Carl, are still here with me to this day, bro. We argue a lot. Like, people think like there'll be times in the car we like don't agree on a certain thing, or whether it's like, all right, what are we quoting this? But no, what about this? What about that? Like, we have our little tiffs, but they're needed. At the end of the day, we're all saying it from where we come from because we have pure intent. But one of us, and usually me, I have to put my foot down, bro. Like, someone has to be like, all right, this is, because sometimes all three of us disagree. And it's about finding common ground and being able to go like, all right, but this is what we're doing. It's hard, man, because they're like my brothers, my best friends, but we still have roles, and people are still in charge of certain things. And like if I say something about like a financial or business standpoint, whether they agree or not, they'll be like, all right, like, that's your area, we roll with this. So it's a lot about trust. But going back to what you said about finding the right people, man, I feel like it's all about energy, and they attract. And obviously a young man who was in your chair and who gets cut by you, reached out to me to do like work experience and volunteer. And that was dope, bro. Like, we just finished up our 5-week program up in Hillsville in the Yonks, brother, in the sticks. And he was dope, bro. And now next term we got another program lined up at another school in the West, and he's going to come along and help out with that, you know, like. So I feel like it just happens organically. Like, we weren't really looking for anyone else, but if they come to us, like, always. You feel me?
What's that saying? I don't know, but like, you know, the right people, sort of, you know, like-minded people.
That's mad, bro. I wish you guys could have seen his hand gestures if you're listening.
You can't see it, definitely. Straight out.
If you're not watching.
I got to cut this.
No, bro. Like,
but the right people, the right like-minded people will always sort of
ready? Birds of the same feather flock together.
Actually, I was not going to say that.
Yeah. Is that right, though?
Yes.
Yeah, bro. So now being like 21 and seeing a 16-year-old who that was the same age I started come through was like, ah, shit. Like, we got something cooking now. So, yeah, man, like, we're always open to expanding and bringing people along, but it's just about energy. And we've had some people who've wanted to be a part, and I'm just like, nah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm just like, not right now. Like, we're good. Only because I just don't feel like their intent and their purity aligns with what we want to do. You feel? I feel like they see us popping and they just want a piece. But
so in that the guy, my client, the one that reached out to you, you see a little bit of yourself in him.
Yeah, bro, for sure I do. He just has like such a great energy with people, and he's able to really communicate. And I didn't know what it was gonna be like bringing, because we never had like a younger person and someone else outside of us three come to a program. So I was like, he's gonna sit there and be weird. Like, I know, but nah, bro. Just seeing how he was able to connect with the young people and how willing he was, and just the way he could run the team with us and brought ideas, and like we asked him questions and he was like, yeah, but what about this? What about that? And, you know, getting into discussion, like, he wanted to be there, bro. And for me, that's everything, because if someone wants to be there, that's the most important part. You have to want to be where you are.
And it's sort of, you know, it comes back to when we speak about sort of influential people. I mean, he's sat in my chair and he's like looked up to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's spoken a lot of positive words about you. So, you know, the fact that he was able to, you know, find that courage, as we spoke about in whatever episode, couple episodes ago, that courage to be able to reach out to someone positive, someone a little bit older, whatever it is, someone to give them that encouragement. I think that's testament to him and his ability as a influencer,
bro. And that's the best thing he could have done, bro. Because like now it's like you want to help him, like even if it's outcome, whatever he wants to do, it's like he has a legitimate resource, and whatever he needs, bro, he's one text away, and we'll make it happen. You feel me? So, you know, kudos to him for being able to do that. And yeah, man, I was really pleasantly surprised with that. And then it just reaffirmed my wanting and my willingness to go all into this, bro. To have like people come through, to get to the point where it's like other kids are delivering programs, and we teach them how to deliver it.
Definitely. Now you see the sort of trajectory, you know what I mean? Able to expand, bro. And I feel like I was so scared of that, because it's like, no, it's mine. Like, I love it, but you have to be able to do that. Bro. So is that comfort, or is that risk?
It's comfort. I feel like I'm comfortable. Same way I was comfortable in my job. Comfort, bro. Bro, comfort kills a lot of things, bro. Comfort kills a lot of things. So if you're comfortable where you are, that's great. But you need to see, like, okay, is there room for me to level up? Is there room for me to grow?
Yeah.
And look at the signs. Like, if the signs are there, bro, never overstay your welcome. No one likes that. When you have a visitor over at your table and you want them to leave, bro, that's the worst feeling. Never overstay your welcome, whether it's a year, 2 years, 3. I know some people work the same job like 5, 10 years in the same role. I'm like,
definitely.
Are you happy or are you content? It's like that sunken fallacy, you know what I mean? Like, if you're in a relationship for 5 years, you want to break up because you're like, well, I spent 5 years with them.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
I do get you.
The world's not that scary, bro.
You reckon?
Bro, you reckon?
Elaborate.
Man, if you don't like where you are, you feel me? I'm guaranteeing you can find something else, something different. And it may not be what you thought it would be, but it's a learning experience. It's not. What's scary about that?
How can one be content with themselves?
Damn. What do you mean? Just in general?
Just in general, just to be able to not find things scary.
Ooh,
Put you on the spot here.
No, you did. I feel like you're still gonna find things scary, but they're not that bad. Like, it might be a little bit of a shock, but nothing should scare you into doing it. Like, bro, perfect example. Love my mom to bits. She hated her job. My mom is like a louder version, more angry version of me. You feel me? Like, legit, bro. And she worked the job for 12 years and she hated it. But, put food on the table, roof over her head, made sure I was able to get braces. But, bro, seeing my mom spark freaking die over 12 years wasn't worth the freaking office job. Like, she's larger than life. Like, her energy and her presence, bro, you can hear her now if you freaking listen loud enough in Faulkner. Like, you can hear her, bro. But to see it die off is, damn, bro. Because she was scared and she was comfortable. But I wish she just had that self-belief and self-confidence in her the same way I do in her, to be like, nah, you can do it. And once you do it, bro, it's it. Once you just make that action, that's it.
You gotta be comfortable with the unknown. You gotta be able to. You gotta be content with that. You gotta.
It's just not knowing, hey.
Exactly.
It's not an easy thing, bro. It's not. Like, I'm saying it out here like I'm freaking, like I'm Gandhi. Like, yeah, bro, it's all good, all easy. No, it's not, bro. It's not. But you just need to trust your character to know that you'll work it out. You know what I mean? Like, I hate losing.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm never gonna, like, I'll make sure I'll do whatever I can and not lose.
Definitely.
What I mean by that is, okay, I don't have a job. Cool. I'll do whatever I need to get another one. You have to be willing to do whatever it takes.
Okay.
Easy as that.
Yeah.
Like, mom, you're going to be willing to go to 50 interviews. Are you willing? Like, I guarantee if you go to 50, you'll get one. Maybe 49 is not enough. If 50, you might get one. But are you willing to do that?
At the end of the day, there's two paths. There's that path of content and comfort. But that's just, as you said, it's going to die. And then you're going to be there and it's just going to be a flat path. Or then there's this path here where you will try and you will improve. There's always going to be two, and you can pick the one you want. You can pick that boring one, that one where you're never going to get nothing out of it, and you're just going to live that boring, same, dull life, or where you can make that change and do something positive.
No hate to anyone who's like loves their job and love what they do, as long as there's progression.
Of course.
That's all I'm saying. Like, you could work at the same firm for 55 years. I don't care. Definitely. But as long as you're still progressing and you're still getting what you deserve, you know what I mean?
Fulfillment.
You need to feel fulfilled. You need to make sure the firm is still acknowledging you and respecting you and giving you praise, and you're not just a freaking item on the shelf. You feel me? Like, you got to make sure you're still getting those things. So that's fine if you love your job and you've been doing it forever, but you're going to make sure the way you're treated is the way you deserve to be treated.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? And that happened to me, bro. Like at my firm, I was there 2 years. I had no remuneration increase, no bonus. Where everyone else around me was like, I ain't got nothing, bro. And I'm like, nah, I don't deserve this. Like I'm better than this. I'm bigger than this.
Better, definitely.
You feel me? So just because I'm able to, you know, finesse my job and do these, and I like this part, and I like who I work with, and blah 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 blah. Nah, you still can't let that. You can't let all of that overshadow what's really happening.
So since now that you're not gonna lose, we've made
Facts.
that clear. We know you're not gonna lose.
Facts.
What's next?
What's next for me, bro?
Now that we're taking it hard, full time, with the calm and all that. What's next?
What's next for us, man, is from a calm standpoint, is expanding what we do and branching out into the sporting space, which is dope.
Yes.
Super excited about that, man. Yeah, man. So essentially, we have like a peer-to-peer mentorship starting in the sporting space, because the biggest issue that we see with young people and coaches is coaches don't know how to bridge the gap between player and coach. They worry about the game and the X's and O's, which they're meant to, but they don't know how to manage a young person's emotions. And if little Billy's crying after a game, how do you deal with that? And our biggest thing is just being able to be the middleman, right, between myself and all the experience Mike has been such a fantastic coach and playing at he's a player and a coach. Yep. So he's played at almost like the highest level you can, bro. And his coach at a really high level as well. So to have a young person relay and listen to his message, like, oh, it makes sense, man. So there's going to be a full virtual system, which is pretty dope. So we're building that kind of out at the moment, and it's going to contain like kind of weekly summaries. You go about how'd you play, any challenges, things like that. And it's going to be weekly messaging from the team.
Wow.
From there, you're going to have a video every 2 weeks addressed to you from the team as well. Then once a month, there's going to be a Zoom check-in where we sit down, we talk to like, how you going, what's going on, right? Any questions you may want to ask. And it's just about dealing with the mental and emotional aspect of the game to allow them to play the sport, because sport should be fun and sport should be an outlet, and sport should make you smile. You shouldn't be coming home in tears. And this is all built upon, me and Mike's relationship, because I was under 16s, not getting caught time FaceTiming him, bro. What can I do to get in the court, bro? So like, damn, if I needed this, imagine how many other young people, man. So now there's no excuses for me not to be working on it. Definitely. So yeah, bro, doing that. So hopefully roll that out end of the year, early next year. More schools, and then just building my brand outside of that.
Yep.
And just being able to just monetize myself.
Alexander Michaelides.
Yes, sir. Alexander Michaelides, bro. You know what I mean? And yeah, bro. So that's kind of what's to come for me. And I know you haven't had a big loss, touch wood, because obviously you're your own boss, so you're not going to fire yourself. But what's next for you? What's
next? It's a good question. Well, as of when this episode will be out, there will be there will be a price update for
cooking,
my barbering, purely based on the fact that demand has seen an influx in the last good little while now, for a few months, and it's nothing that was necessarily forced to do, but I think it's something that will now allow my clients to be able to get the opportunity to book with me, because there have been a lot of clients who have been unable to because of no spots and whatnot, and then even like the out of hours times have filled up quite quick. So I think it's going to be another next step sort of in the journey for me, but also in the journey with my clients as well, to be able to continue it with me. But at the end of the day, with a price update, there's always going to be those that leave. And so when you speak of a loss, that's probably something that we talk about. And that's totally something that's got to be accepted. I think in business, you're always going to experience losses. And for barbering, that's probably one of the bigger ones, I'd say, because the reality is you build really strong relationships with these clients. They come along with you across your journey, but then it comes to the point where, I think I like to call it priority, let's say, and I'll elaborate on that. I like to call it when, priority sort of, what's the word, supersedes, like, let's call it the booking price. The reason I call it priority is because, it's totally fair. Some people don't value paying, X amount of money for a haircut. Some people value, other things, you know what I mean? Whether it be whatever it is. So, and as a barber, as a business owner, but also as a human and a client as well, I can totally appreciate that. I can totally accept that, because it's not for everybody. But as much as that is, I always appreciate every client that's come through the chair, past and present. We've made heaps of memories. Lots of laughs and FIFA games and haircuts and everything. So it's been heaps of fun. But so that's definitely the toughest bit in terms of a price raise. Losing clients, but it's something that you've got to acknowledge and you've got to be able to take forward with you into the future. But yeah.
Wow, bro, that's hearing the logic behind it. Like, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if you are a consumer and you see the price rise, like, yeah, I'm done, can't afford that, GG. But once you hear it, it's like, okay. Question: How many of your clients do you think you'll retain, percentage wise?
Percentage wise, that's hard to say, man. I think. I'd like to retain a good amount of them, but a good amount. I mean, it's always going to be you're always going to see a loss that first couple of weeks from a price raise, but it happens. I guess what I've been experiencing is that my clients now, not only can they not book, but then they end up going elsewhere. And that is essentially me losing a client.
Damn, that's crazy to think about.
Definitely, because they go elsewhere, they're comfortable with that barber now, and then they keep going there. So I totally understand that, but that's what I don't want to happen as a barber. I want my clients to come to me. So that's why by raising my price, I'll consequently be having a few more open spots, because there will be those clients who will no longer come to me, and that's totally okay, because it's not for everybody.
But it means the ones that do want to come to you can.
Exactly. It means those ones that let's say, value me, value my time, my service and my effort, will be able to get that spot with me. And not that those ones who won't be coming don't value that.
It's just not. Yeah.
It's just not as much as the other ones. And yeah, that's how I look at it, bro. That's all about a price raise in my perspective. For me, I don't raise the price to quote unquote make more money. Right. For me, I raise the price to, cater for that sort of that influx in demand and stuff like that, because the thing is, when it comes to, like little sort of, I guess, it's basic sort of maths, when you get an influx in demand, then you raise your price, but then you can also reduce your supply. Meaning,
this guy's going economics 101, supply and demand.
Yeah. Well, you can reduce your supply, meaning that you've got less availability. I mean, you can raise your price even more. But I guess for me, I love what I do. I want to work. You know what I mean? I love the work that I'm doing. Obviously with balance. I don't want to be working 24/7. But that's why for me, I think a price raise is all about. It's a 50-50. I got to raise it, but also my clients have to have the ability to book with me as well.
Wow, bro. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Proud of you. That's a big move. I feel like, especially with your clientele and how busy you are to kind of implement that. But the logic is sound and it makes complete business sense. It makes, like, as a client, you may just see the number, but I actually hope you really listen to what he just said if you are a client, because if you go away just because of the price, at least you have an understanding. Like, at least you're like, cool, not, Ealef is trying to make more bread. Because that's dope, bro. That's a pretty big thing, hey?
Definitely.
That's pretty big.
It's a big thing. I mean, like, at my previous price raise, I'll be straight out. I didn't think I would raise my price again, at least for a while. That was now...
What, December?
It will, at the effect of this price raise, it will be almost a year ago, right? So I just didn't think, I thought maybe I'd do something else from then on, but that didn't happen. But I guess, I didn't expect, to have such an influx in demand, but it has happened. So I think as a barber, as a business owner, you got to roll with the punches, take it as it comes. And for me, it's just another step in, we'll call it the right direction. So yeah, that's it, man.
Valid, bro. I'm excited to kind of continue to see how that rolls out. And yeah, bro, that's pretty dope.
Yeah, definitely.
It's dope.
Oh, I actually want to ask you, I feel like it's good topic. As a client, how do you look at a price raise?
Ooh.
And be straight out, brother.
Depends by how much.
Yeah, it's fair enough.
But I ask why. Like, in my head, I'm like, I just need to go real shit. I think I was with you once before you raised your price, maybe. Maybe I wasn't.
You might have been like, yeah.
Just.
You
It was like in the middle.
Right before the end of the year.
So it's like, okay, do I value this, not just cut, but this experience enough to justify that price? And I did. But consequently, I was getting cuts less.
Yep.
To like be like, all right, instead of every 2 weeks, let me go every 3. And to me, I'm still spending the same. I'm very like black and white like that. If I really like my barber and what I'm doing, I'll stretch my cuts out longer to save me my bread, to be like, okay, on a 10-week basis, I'm paying the same price, but just getting cuts less.
Got you.
That's how I look at it.
Totally
and
fair.
I feel like that's what I can do. But I don't hate it, bro, because I know economy and I know how the world's going to work, and I love to see people eat.
Yep.
But it's just, if it goes up and I'm like, it just has to be a point where I can't justify it.
Of course.
That's all it is.
Definitely.
And nowadays, like, I still feel like what your prices are right now are respectable. Like, they're calm. Like, it's not some guys are like, it's nuts.
The way, obviously, the industry's going, like, it's just going up and up and up. I guess I'm just following it. You know
The industry trend.
Yeah. You can't get left behind.
That's all you can do.
That's it.
That's it.
Simple as that.
But before you know it, bro, there's going to be a whole little school of Ealefs running around in the shop, and then, you know, they're going to have their own prices and whatnot, and then you can...
Then everyone going to get a cut.
everyone can get a cut, and as a barbershop owner, bro, it's better because you want everyone in your doors. So
of course.
That's something we can lead on to, bro. But episode 12, I feel like took a lot of twists and turns, but...
Dude, we got there, though.
Yeah, bro.
I think we started with the losses.
Yeah.
And we ended with the losses.
Yeah, bro.
In the middle, we went a little bit of this one.
We did, bro. We went up, down, left, and right, but that's all part of a healthy conversation. And that's how you guys know this is genuine, because we just speaking what's on our mind. And yeah, bro, man, I always feel better after having a conversation with you, bro. Cameras or not, but just being able to speak and share what's going on, bro. It's needed. You know, last week we didn't film, but we back at it better than ever. And 12 episodes in, 22nd of September, we filmed.
That's it.
We got a lot of time left, man. It's going to be a big year for the both of us, and I'm excited to continue to see what happens in the shop. And yeah, bro,
Most definitely, bro. I can't wait to hear how this Calm Sports goes, because that idea, like, guys, like, do not sleep on that. That idea is crazy. Like, this was the first time he told me about it, and I'm just like, I'm calculating in my head. I'm thinking how this is gonna work. Bro, this is insane.
It's exciting, and the best part of the potty is we get to document it. So when I come to you and say, hey, bro, it flopped, yeah. I'll be like, hey, bro, it's working, and, you know, subscription-based models and pricing and all that, and we can talk to, like, I want to save all this stuff for the camera because it's real. It's $1 million worth of game. Like, it's real. Like, I'm a business owner, going to another business owner about how I can make my business better. Definitely. If you don't want to hear that, GG, all goods. I don't care.
For sure.
But, nah, man, episode 12 in the books.
In the cut.
From the charity community.
Let's go.
Yes, sir.